Morning everyone, welcome to number 76 of the Corona lockdown series. This is the eve of the first show of the year that I'm doing, and it seems like a natural conclusion to this whole coronavirus video series that I've been doing. So this is the last coronavirus lockdown video that I'll be doing. I'll be doing other videos, they're just not going to be called that. It seems like a natural cut-off point for this. We're all starting to get out now. I'm just about to have my second injection. It's going to ease up towards the end of this month. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. Very excited. The van's already packed. I packed it yesterday. So we were a bit keen. So today's video is a bit long-winded, I'm afraid. I videoed it over a number of days, which is why I've not done anything recently. Plus this week I've been getting ready for the show, and it's catching up and finding all the stuff from last year's shows. You have to gather all the stuff together. So what I'm going to do today is look at how to inlay some lines on these pots. I don't know if you can see them. I shall just cut in now an example that's finished because it's already packed in the van. I'll see if I can get a close-up of it so you can see. You can see there's like a very faint pink line there, and that's the dolomite glaze that does that over a white slip. Right, I hope that worked, because that was just an idea I had just now as I was filming this. I found it quite difficult and long-winded and laborious. I'm not sure if I'll do it again too soon, but I've made quite a few of them, so they should last this season. I hope it's informative. There was a lot of filming took place. There was a lot of mistakes I made. I'll not bore you with that because it was tedious figuring out how to do it. But I've filmed, I think, the best way that I've found to do it. Find your own way by all means. But this is how I did it and how I try and reproduce this effect. There was good results and there was some poor results. See where I've lost some of the lines where I've overturned it, and that's because the pot was slightly uneven. So it's very important, as I say in the video, to get the inside, get the curve right, so that you don't get this problem. But you'll see a bit of it when I'm doing the filming. I don't think it detracts from it. I did crack it in the end, but that one I've saved as an example of how it shouldn't be done. Okay, so here's the video. Bear with me, it's quite long. Now these are about 400 grams. These I've not measured them because my scales are broken, so I've done it by eye. They're roughly the same size. Just getting the edges of these fairly straight. And then using the fork. Of bellying it out, trying not to touch the outside surface. way of getting it nice and smooth on the outside is if you use the sponge as a throwing stick. Obviously you can't run a rib up that and get it nice and smooth, get the shape right, so you have to do it from the inside. That's it done. Right, I'm just doing these ball shape I've talked to you about at the beginning of the video. It's a little bit more difficult than doing the T-balls, because this has to be sort of a V shape to begin with. I can't throw it from a cylinder into a bowl with the cuts in it, because it tears. I've tried it before. So I need to get sort of a straight V shape first, and then put the lines in it. And leave a generous foot ring. So rather than just throwing up and in like you normally do when you throw in, I'm throwing up and out slightly. Trying to get this part here as thin as this part here. Normally I would turn that last bit, but obviously if I turn it, I'm turning the grooves out of it, so I need to pay a little bit more attention to this part here, getting it slightly thinner than normal. Smoothing this off with a rib. Oh, it's a Starbucks card, Starbucks loyalty card. But you smooth it off with a rib, and then you get your depth. You don't get the depth wrong. And I'm supporting it on the inside with my fingers. Now, what's going to happen is because it's wider at the top, there's going to be a gap. Now, rather than following that line, you end up in a spiral. I'm still coming vertical, like this, but obviously it leaves a wider gap, you see. So what I will do is go around afterwards and put one in slightly higher up like that, you can see there. Let's do one more. It's the only way I can figure out how to do it. The last filling. And bellying it out with a sponge from the inside. Now just keep this finger here, and I'm bellying it out, and it stops it flailing about. It sort of wants to spread with the speed of the wheel as it's going round. So let's use this rib on the inside. rubbish on now. Out a little bit more at the bottom. That's got it. That's it. Last one done. Okay, what I've got here is my white slip. It's not just one clay, it's two clays. It's ball clay, a mixture of ball clay, china clay, and there's a little bit of quartz in there to stop the shrinkage, because when you mix two different clays together, it can sort of fall off or split, or the shrinkage rates are different. Now these pots that I did yesterday are they're not quite ready. They're still soft here, fairly firm on the rim, but I'm going to put some slip on these now, because with two different clays the shrinkages are always different, so the wetter you can get it attached, the less problem you've got with shrinkage. If I waited till these were sort of leather hard and finished turning and then put the slip on, the slip would shrink, obviously, because it's wetter. It would shrink away and leave gaps and possibly flake out and things like that. So I'm just trying to sort of stave off that problem. So it's just a question of painting in, getting in all the grooves. Make sure there's no air trapped in it. Painting a wall, go one way and then the other. And the good thing about this is when I come to turn the foot rings on them, I can turn the outside edge as well. As this shrinks and dries, it might need another coat on top, but you just have to judge that by eye. Now, putting a wet slip onto a wettish body means that it could collapse, so I stand them upright. They've been standing upside down to dry out, obviously, because the rims dry out quicker. This way up, I'm going to put them back down again this way till they firm up a little bit, because if I put them like that, they will sag, because I'm adding water to the body of the clay. Another thing you learn the hard way, saving you lots of headaches, aren't I, by doing this? I think you have to make your own mistakes, to be honest with you. It's important that you learn by your mistakes. If ever, it wouldn't do to have all your problems solved for you, would it? Where's the fun in doing stuff and achieving anything if you don't actually struggle and have failures? How are you going to feel? How can you possibly feel good about having a success? So, failure's good. And on that philosophical note, I will move on to the next stage. I've done a bit of experimenting, scraping this clay off. It's almost dry now. I've tried it by hand and it was far too laborious for me, so I had an idea of just putting them in the upside down or the right way up in the Giffen grip, let me grab the foot ring. And use this really wide turning tool. That's it. There's a few pieces here where it's missed, but they'll come off by hand. Quite a smooth surface as well, that's worked quite well. I'm going to do these the old-fashioned pre-giffing grip way, because it doesn't fit in the giffing grip. Go. Bowl done. Just clean up that rim. The problem with doing it the old-fashioned way is you get a flat edge on this rim and you have to round it off again. Okay, so that's the end of the coronavirus series. If you watched all of them, well done. I've enjoyed doing them. It's kept me sane. I hope it's kept you sane. Some of the remarks I've had or some of the comments I've had are from some very nice people who thanked me for doing this, and it was as much for my mental health as everyone else's, but if I've aided your ability to get through this coronavirus, then I'm pleased. It made me happy. Okay. See you at the next one. I'll do a video of the first show. Okay. See you next time. Bye bye.